What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Realm of X, a brand new story picking up with the issue number 1 continuing on the Fall of X. In this very Lord of the Rings type story, we are following Magik, Mirage, Typhoid Mary, Dust, Marrow, and Curse, picking up directly after the events of the Hellfire Gala 2023. When everything went down, Magik learned that her powers weren't working. When everybody was forced through the gateways, something had happened to Magik and the others, and now they are about to uncover exactly what that was. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with Magik. She has found herself in an ancient forest. The signs of life are everywhere, from the flowers to the frogs to the butterflies themselves. This place is so beautiful that Magik thinks just for a moment that maybe she is dead. Maybe this place is heaven. But had it not been for all the screaming, she could have very well believed this. As she runs to investigate, this is where we run into Typhoid Mary, Marrow, and Mirage. With Curse running off in the distance, we see a full-scale attack from some kind of goblin-like creatures, and they are attacking the local humans. As we see the humans ride by on their steeds, screaming to hide, trying to get out of the way. Our heroes are left with so many questions, because the last thing they remember is Orcus attacking and Charles Xavier forcing all the mutants to leave. But then there was something else. There was a voice, there were words spoken, and then all of them had been pulled into this world. As everyone continues to fight on, Magik finds herself in an almost useless position, not having access to her powers at the moment. She may be able to fight, but the others are the ones really holding everything together. We also have Dust. Now Dust is wondering if they are doing the right thing. They don't know who the bad guys are in this fight, but when they see that these goblin-like creatures begin to attack the children, that is when Dust finally decides what side she's gonna fight on. We see her use her mutant ability, the storm sparing all who lay down their arms. But there is also no pain for those that do not, as the storm wipes across the battlefield. In an instant, this is all over. Typhoid Mary wondering why she even got up. But this is when we meet the humans of this realm. And when the humans get closer, they refer to them as the Four, a prophecy foretold, a battle against the White Witch. But these people are not thankful for the save. Though they are grateful, they don't want to seem ungracious. But their arrival, it marks the beginning of the end. The beginning of great suffering and uncertainty. This is when Traben, leader of House Molt, he introduces himself and lets them know that they are in Vanaheim. This is one of the 10 realms, and they have been expecting them, that they will answer all questions that the mutants might have, but they are very curious on where is Curse. In all the mayhem, Curse had taken off. As soon as the battle started, Curse ran to the woods. This is where we pick up with her. She couldn't be more delighted. All those troll things on their piggies sure made an escape real easy for her. But she doesn't know where she is either. Only that she is far away from Magik's grip and Xavier's stupid yapping. As she makes her way through the woods going up to a stream, this is where she is met off by some wolves, trying to scare them off, trying to throw them a stick, anything that might work. But as they get more aggressive, this is where things go sideways for the wolves. That is when the jinx hits. With the wolves being scared off, we see Curse taking off, going in her own direction, not knowing where she's headed, just exploring. Picking us up with the rest of the ladies, we are picking up with Danny Moonstar. She reaches out to all the minds of the creatures that are near her. The creatures of the woods have not seen Curse, but they are willing to help. Right now, more than ever, Magik feels hopeless, worried that Curse might be scared. But the truth is, Vanaheim is the one that should truly be worried. With the sun setting, we see them head back to House Molt, making the arrangements for bed and feast. Really just giving them a warm welcome, letting them know that everything is gonna be good, everything is gonna be fine, and that when the sun comes up again, they will continue their search. But out there, as the sun begins to dwindle behind the mountains, happens. We have little Curse who has come upon some trolls, and these trolls are looking for a meal, ready to boil up little Curse with some potatoes. And while they have this discussion, Curse is letting them know that you probably don't want to do that, because there's the thing that happens when people try to do bad things to her. Someone always gets hurt. Either it's her or it's gonna be someone else. And in this situation, she definitely feels like it's not gonna be her. She tries to make friends with them, that maybe we could share potatoes together. The trolls, not really sure if Curse is trying to play a trick on them or not, they come down with their club, not knowing that they just made a huge mistake. As we pick up 1 hour later at House Molt, everyone sitting down for feast, we have the arrival of Dust. She had just continued searching the entire west side, but she has found no signs of her. The only thing they know about this place so far is that they landed in the middle of a civil war. A war between the Vanir and the White Witch. But the others are more worried about how they knew they were coming. How they knew the exact number, why were they expecting them, and what does any of this even mean? But Vanaheim is a realm of divination. Premonitions and prophecies are a fact of life here. And so, as our heroes begin to get some more information, we are picking up with those trolls, the ones that tried to attack Curse. We see that they are in pieces, and not even the White Witch can put them back together. The White Witch is keeping tabs on the powers of Curse, not knowing what her intentions may be. The White Witch for sure is going to make sure that Curse also hurts as well. Now, as we pick back up with Magik and the others, to understand the events of today, they must understand the past. Once their people had lived in cities as big as countries, their technology and weapons rivaled those of Asgard, but their strength came with attention, unrest, and war. They saw the future. They saw what awaited for them if they did not act. And so they changed. They changed the fate of the realm. They left the cities to ruin, and they chose a simpler existence. That was the first time that the demise of Vanaheim had been prophesied. The second begins with the mutants' arrival. Mirage, Marrow, Dust, and Typhoid Mary. He tells all of them to follow along. Taking them to the library, he says that they have been waiting for their arrival for centuries. Though this is not unusual for them, it is noteworthy they cannot see anything past their arrival. Anything that they are involved in cannot be prophesied. But the prophecy says that there will be a battle. The White Witch attacks and they defend their land. They know that the four strangers will play some kind of part, but there is an unpredictable element. A chaotic power not even fate could seem to understand. There's an event, an unleashing of power, and after this, the future is lost. For years, this force was believed to be a magical object, but modern scholars have suggested that maybe, just maybe, it could be a person. This is when they come upon the four statues, depicting each and every one of the four, sculpted from one of the seers, prophesizing the arrival of the mutants. But while they look at this is when they get attacked from the White Eagles. The White Eagles come descending down on them, bodies falling from the sky. The stench of death envelops all of them, as our heroes do everything they can to defend the innocent. One of these eagles comes down, swooping, grabbing a young boy, and while Typhoid Mary is able to burn one of these birds, another comes in and grabs the child, leaving our mutants in confusion, not understanding that they didn't attack anybody, but why take the boy? A few moments later, this is where Curse sees that boy. He sees the White Eagles, as one of these eagles swoops down and it scratches her. Instantaneously, we see all of the feathers come off of these birds. The boy goes falling from the sky. He lands in the river, Curse running over to help, trying to reach him in time before he goes over the waterfall, but she is not able to make it. As the branch breaks, we see him go falling, and Curse screams, "Go home." And in that moment, reality shifts. Curse feels an ungodly amount of pain, but she was able to teleport this young boy right back into his mother's arms. And with Curse sitting here, tears and blood coming down her face, this is where the White Witch finds her. This is where we see Saturnine. And the White Witch has come to ease her pain, bringing her in close, To her surprise, this is not an act. Even if it is not exactly love, she cares deeply for the girl, for the child, for her new weapon. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely a fun issue. Anytime Saturnine is involved, you can expect some kind of D&D, Lord of the Rings type story. And that's exactly what we're getting here. A story riddled with little Easter eggs of Lord of the Rings and a handful of other things. But it does seem to be a very promising story. So what they're telling us is that after the Hellfire Gala, Saturnine did something and transported them. It's also possible that maybe Curse is behind it, unknowingly using her powers in a moment of panic, bringing them to this realm. But I'm more inclined to believe that this is the acts of Saturnine. She has been trying to get back power ever since she lost everything in the Ten of Swords, ever since Captain Britain ensured that she was going to stay down, taking the Starlight Sword for her own. Saturnine has never been weaker, but that does not mean that she does not have power. And now that she has Curse, she has a power unlike any other, one that could shift the tides of any battle. And with Curse being so very lost, running away from Magik and Xavier from mutant kind, wanting to be happy and carefree, not wanting to worry about responsibilities, about consequences, we can only assume that Saturnine is going to nurture that, make her feel like she's at home, and in turn, Curse will be her greatest weapon. So let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with the Fall of X, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this event. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.